First off, we've been really trying to work on some things offensively the last couple of days, and I could see some of those things taking shape. I thought we did a good job with our movement. You could see the movement early. I thought we got the ball to the inside with the dribble and with the pass early, and I thought we generated really good shots early in the first half. We didn't sustain it, but you could see some of the stuff that we were doing in the last couple of days of practice taking shape offensively. I thought the turnovers were careless. Now, Baba had 7 of them in the first half, and he hadn't played basketball for 8 days or whatever the heck it's been. So, I said this on the radio, but I'll say it now. I mean, he ain't 100%, and he got hit. He got hit, in my opinion, not a real good play that he got hit on in the Louisville game that took him out, and he ain't 100%, and he sucked it up and played, and that to me is more important than 7 turnovers. That to me is what Cincinnati basketball's about. Everybody told him to sit out for another week or so. He didn't want to sit out. He wanted to play. Nobody made him play. Nobody told him to play. He said, I want to play with my teammates and help Cincinnati. So, yeah, he had 7 turnovers, but I'll take the guy that wants to fight through it when they're not 100% all day, every day. So I was pleased with that. But the turnovers, not just his, but were careless. 3 times we're jumping out of bounds or falling out of bounds, throwing the ball to the other team. We made nice defensive plays. That was frustrating. So we got some things we got to clean up. Again, in the second half, I thought we did a better job of getting the ball inside in the post. And I don't like Moo's line. In a game like that where he has such a size advantage, we have to take advantage of that more. And he had a couple silly fouls and some things not go his way. But I did think we got it inside there. I like that we run the rebounding war. Again, the turnovers were frustrating, and some of the defensive errors were frustrating, but there were some really good defensive possessions too.
I guess I'll just get it out of the way. They showed Jizzle on the Jumbotron tonight. Is there anything to him being back in town?
Well, Jizzle's never not been enrolled. So he's never not been enrolled in school. And so that's the case. Number one, Jizzle's family here. That's my family. He's not my son or a member of my blood family, but whatever the closest thing you could call somebody that's not blood family, that's what I'd consider Jizzle and a lot of the other kids that I've coached. And so, he's never not been in our lives. He just hadn't been on our team. But he's enrolled here. I know everybody wants to ask basketball questions, and I understand that. But if anybody wants to know he's doing well personally, he's doing great. And that's what I care about and what I'm happy about and what I'm proud of, and I'm glad he's on campus, he's enrolled, he's using our facilities. It's not news because it's been going on for a while, but if somebody spotted them and you guys are asking a fair question, that's what it is. As far as basketball, I don't have any comments about it. There's nothing to talk about or report. There's no story. The story, basketball-wise, is about the guys that are wearing the jersey playing on the court. But on a personal level, because he's family to me, and anybody out there that cares about him, they should know he's doing great, and I'm really proud of that.
How'd you feel the team responded following the EMU loss, a day or two to mull it over the holiday, and then getting back to work?
In some ways, well. In some ways there's some things we have to work on, but in some ways, well.
There were boos again right before halftime. What forms of motivation were used to right the ship? Because the second half obviously was a lot better.
Yeah, I appreciate all the people that come out. I do. I appreciate anybody that comes out to support the Cincinnati Bearcats. I've said this multiple times now. You can be the same answer. I understand what it means to coach here, the expectations. I understand what it means for the expectations for people to play here and wear that jersey. And it doesn't change how I feel. I appreciate the people that come out and support us. It's really that simple.
Day and Kerr, they both shot the ball very well from 3. How much easier is it to run offense when shots are falling like that?
Well, we have really good shooting players, and we've had some stretches we haven't shot it well. So the lid's going to come off of it. But it was good. Kerr shot it well his whole career. As long as we're getting the right shots, they're going to fall more. And I thought, again, the ball moved early. It found Kerr there very early, I think, for the first field goal of the game. But if we play the right way on offense, we'll get a higher quality shot. We get a higher quality shot, we'll make a lot more of them because we got guys that can put the ball in the basket.
How huge is it to get kind of at least one game in the bag with kind of what you fully expected minus Jalen Haynes coming into the season, obviously with Jalen in and out of the lineup and Baba kind of missing time over the last few weeks?
Yeah, well, when we put the team together, it was a bunch of guys, right? So there's more than that. But, no, I think, quite honestly, when we're at full strength, this basketball team has everything you need to be a great team. Like anybody, if we're not at full strength, we're not going to be as dynamic, but it's not an excuse not to be good. But the closer we get to full strength, the better chance we're going to have to be good. And I think you could say that about any team in any high-level sport in the world. Burrow came back and the Bengals looked great, right? I didn't see it, but I saw the score. But so, yeah, with Baba Miller back out there, we're going to be better. I mean, that's just what it is. We're going to be a better team. We get in Jalen Haynes is progressing well. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get him back. And, the more of the guys that we put together, the better the team will be.
Keyshawn Tillery, just 4 minutes. Was there a specific reason, something you saw in film the past couple games that saw him out of the lineup mainly?
No, just a coach's decision.
Baba just physically moving and overall, was it really on the fence for him to play? How much was it him being I just want to get back out there, especially coming off a loss? And he mentioned he hasn't missed very much time at all in his career, so it was a different thing for him being out of the lineup in that game.
He came out 2 days ago. He did some of the non-contact drills in a limited fashion, but there was no contact, and he looked uncomfortable. So I think certainly 2 days ago I didn't have any expectation he'd play. Yesterday he came out to kind of do the same thing, and then he kind of decided I want to try to do a little more, and he did some limited contact, and one time he transitioned, he got a big dunk, and I think that was a big moment for him because he saw he could be explosive without pain. And so I thought after yesterday's practice there was a chance, but I didn't ask him or wear him out, but I knew that in shoot-around today is when I thought he would play, and I knew it would be a game-time decision. And same thing, Jalen Celestine, who's had a ton of back issues and had the back surgery. He finally put together a couple days of practice the last couple days, moving like himself, and it was really cool to see him play, and fight through some pain and fatigue. So I should give him the same recognition I gave Baba. But we need those guys are, seniors and players that have played in big games, and we're going to be a better team when they're out there. And Jalen Celestine's missed so much practice. He hadn't found his sea legs yet on the basketball court. But I thought tonight you saw the jumper. He had the rhythm in front of our bench when he caught it. I could tell the way his knees bent. He's some defensive things. He's a good defensive player. He's just a step late a little bit because he hadn't found his sea legs. Getting out there and putting days of practice together, getting games under his belt, which he's gotten. He started to do that, I thought, starting in the Dayton game. He was able to really start to play for the first time in practice. And then we went through Louisville, and I was feeling he was moving in the right direction. Then he had a setback with the back. So it was good to get him out there the last 2 days. He's incredibly important to this year's team.
West coaches always look for the way their teams play through adversity. I'm curious, in the last several days of practice, first half tonight, what did you see or what did you like about the way your team played through adversity?
Again, I thought, and it'd be a little repetitive of an answer, but I thought the things that I liked tonight about the team was the ball movement, the player movement, the commitment to work on some of the things that we'd practiced the last 3 days offensively. I like that we won the rebounding war, and that is a team that's very physical and plays very hard. I think when you doing the scout, you could see it was a heck of a game they played against Baylor, a couple weeks ago. They just won they were up 18 or 20 at Rice, which is an American Conference team, last week. So, this is a physical, hard-playing team. And to win the rebounding war, that was positive. Those are the two things that I liked. And there's a lot that we got to clean up. I think we know that. I think everybody watching us knows that, but we will.
Do you have to tell the guys much about the next game, or do they know?
I don't know. I don't know, Scott. We got a bunch of new faces, but you got a couple guys like Day Thomas, Tyler McKinley that grew up here, and so those guys will speak up, and we'll certainly. I said this on the radio, so I'll say it to you guys too. You know, we're going to play a ton of. We're at Cincinnati. We're going to play a ton of big games. You know, every league game is a monster game, right? We have a ton of monster games left on our non-conference schedule. So the coach talk is, you know, it's just one other game, but it's not one other game, and I say that because it's what it means to this community. You know, I get that. I've been here long enough to understand how much the Cincinnati Xavier game means to the community of Cincinnati and to the people here, and that's why it means a little bit more. And there's a history and a tradition to that within the community. There's a history and tradition to the game, and I think when you're here, you feel it. And I imagine the guys will feel that this week, and certainly we'll explain that to them.
Kerr, 3 ball hasn't been falling for you as much as normal so far this season. Was it good to have a night see it go through the hoop a bunch?
Yeah. I mean, I've been looking tape. I've been looking at my misses. All my misses have been like in and out, so it's been a little bit frustrating. So, but I mean, I stick with it. I mean, there was a game due for. You know, I was there was a due for this kind of game for me, but like I got to give credit to my teammates. They were looking for me. We ran a lot of plays for me today, so finally some of them went in.
Bob, how do you feel coming off the injury, and how do you feel kind of knocking the rust off in the first half?
Pretty good. Felt better than I expected. I was a bit like rushed, like out there on the court first half. Turnovers were bad. Feel like I should have made better decisions, maybe slowed down. But I felt pretty good. It was just fun to be back out there with the guys.
Kerr, how good can you guys be if you're hitting 15 threes and you guys all shoot up to your potential? How good can you guys be?
We can be good regardless. I'm not necessarily worried about how we shoot the three. I think we have so much talent on this team, and we have a great coaching staff. And I mean, we're going to be good regardless.
Kerr, how did the team respond coming off of that loss to Eastern Michigan over the last few days?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely laid an egg. We just showed ourselves that if we're not connected and if we go half-assed the game, I mean, we're not that good. You know, what makes us special is how hard we play, how focused we are, how detailed we are, how together we are. So I think down the line, you know, we can look at that game and kind of laugh about it because that game really helped us moving forward.
Baba, you mentioned the first half turnovers, but second half didn't have any. What was the adjustment you made? Was it just playing more loose, playing more calm, or was there anything specific?
Yeah, I think just making better decisions. I feel like I came out too rushed, like too excited to play the game, not sharp enough. And I feel like just at half I had to ground myself and just slow down, basically.
Baba, obviously defense is going to carry over no matter how you're shooting the ball. How would you describe the defensive intensity tonight, especially in the first half?
I feel like we had some pretty good plays, but I feel like, me personally, I feel like I should have did better. I don't think I played to the standard that I have for myself. But we have guys that can really lock down, and as Kerr said, like, we're a defensive team. We're going to play hard, and I feel like we did good, but we can still keep getting better.
Kerr, what would you guys feel like was the biggest key to opening up the three? Was it just shots kind of going in tonight and getting that extra little spin to get to avoid the in and outs?
I feel like we did a good job of just like trying to make a play for your teammate. You know, like Key got down to the paint. There was 3 guys around him, just really being aggressive, but like back of your head, trying to make a play for your teammate. I think that really helped us, and we got a lot of wide open, pretty much open looks. So that's something we gotta keep looking at moving forward.
Bob, how tough was it for you to not play, something that you love and you can't play, and then you're having to watch a loss?
I mean, it's hard, man. I mean, I don't think I've sat out a game since my freshman year with all the suspension stuff, and I don't know, it's not fun, but at the end of the day, I'm still part of the team, and I feel like I can help just by being vocal with the guys and bringing energy. But it was really fun to be back out there with the guys.
You guys were up 2 at half, and the energy kind of picked up a little bit in the second half. Was it something that you guys said amongst each other at halftime, or was it just like, hey, we need to pick it up?
I mean, I think it was everyone just understood what we had to do. I feel like We were doing good the first 10 minutes, but then we had a dip where we just didn't play as hard as we normally do and had a lot of casual mistakes. And at half, I mean, there were some words said, but I feel like everybody understood, like, the level of intensity had to rise.